Hey guys, welcome. It's Elizabeth with Willow Tarot. I'm so happy to be here with you today, and I would like to talk to you about reversals. Reversals in tarot are completely and totally optional. If you want to read them, great. If you don't, great. If you want to read them once in your life and never again, great. If you want to start the reading reversals, and then deciding not to halfway through, a quarter of the way through, almost at the end, perfect. You may do whatever you like in your reading because there is no wrong in tarot. And the use of reversals is completely and totally up to you as a reader, using it as often as you like or as little, whenever you choose, or not at all. It is completely up to you as a reader how you incorporate reversals into your readings, or if you completely leave them out, or only use them occasionally, maybe on your birthday, maybe by special request from a friend or client that you're reading for. There's no wrong in tarot. There's absolutely no wrong in tarot. So let's talk about reading reversals. The deck that I have right here, which is typically right here, is Cozy Witch Tarot by Amanda Lovelace. This is what I call my fair deck. So I do fairs, psychic fairs, I read psychic fairs. I want to do something. I use these two decks. You don't need to incorporate Oracle with tarot, but I do. I just like to because I think it's fun. So these are both Amanda Lovelace decks. And I love them. Okay, so we are going to go to our deck. You do not need a deck for this exercise. I just have them because I have several hundred million to incorporate them. All right, so we're going to go. I'm going to do a sample. I'm going to actually shuffle so that I can talk to you about reversals because it's going to be right in my head. So one of the things about reversals, if you actively do reversals, your cards are most likely shuffled for the reversal. All of my cards, all of my cards are shuffled to be upright. No matter what card you come to, it's going to be upright in the deck. So that was the Maya Montesquieu and Clear Pentacles. Are you scared to ask your friend for an organ if you need an organ? I got an impression of an organ donation. I'm not scared to ask. That was fine. I did. And I please have your liver. Something like that. Or how about this? If you were dying and knew that you had the option to ask your friend for a replica organ, like they got two, they can give you that. But you don't. I wouldn't ask to stay alive. What's the worst that's going to happen by asking? They say no. That's okay. So if you're on the fence about asking for something, consider why you're not. What's the worst that's going to happen? And what's the best thing? If they say yes, what would happen? And live in the environment, the happiness of whichever of those scenarios serves you best. Okay, sorry. Mini read, this popped out. So with reversals, so all of my cards are shuffled upright in this deck. In some of my decks, a few of my decks, I purposely shuffled in reverse so that I can have reverse cards. But those decks, I read reversals. So it's completely up to you, and you don't have to do that. I practice mediumship, so in my mediumship decks, I use reversals. That's why. Right. I was just thinking about a bird named Birdie Baby. Anyone out there have a bird named Birdie Baby? Or anything named Birdie Baby? Or when you're looking at a video where you see a bird, you have to go, oh, Birdie Baby. Birdie Baby? They don't know. Right? Okay, so reversals. Alright. You can shuffle your deck to have reversals already present. You can shuffle them to be completely upright. If your deck is completely upright like mine is, you can also just flip it and only get reversals. It's really however you want to do it. And if you're not sure how you want to do it, that's awesome. Because locking in on something is one way to end a process. Sorry, not locking in, that's the wrong way to say that. Locking something down is one way to end a process. If you're like, well, this works, I'm not going to even think about it again, I'm not going to explore this again, it would kind of close that thing. So you don't, I suggest, I and like I said, some of my decks are reversals, some aren't. So if you read the reversals in a physical form, meaning that the card goes in upside down or in reverse, that's one way to do it. Now, I've been saying, like, I may have been saying, I don't know what I was saying, but I read reversals, but my cards are always upright. As this reader, I read reversals, but the cards are always upright. In physical form, the cards are upright. A real pro, as opposed like when we look at pros and cons. How does this help? How might this not help? It helps when they're upright because I can see the artwork clearly and receive the message through the artwork clearly. If it's upside down, I might miss something and not see it. Now, even though I'm reading upright, do I ever go, huh? Yeah, I do often because I want to see what the artist meant. So I will flip that card all the way around. Guys, there's no wrong in tarot. Okay? And if you have a mentor or a teacher who's trying to get you to lock into certain ways or behaviors, I would seriously consider visiting with another teacher. Someone who lets you explore to the extent that you wish to explore. Alright. So when I shuffle, right, I shuffle my cards are already up. We're just gonna pull like in between the reading or not. I've already given 2 main readings in this right now. Birdie Baby and what was the first one? Okay. Just shuffle as you normally would. Pull a card. And this is me reading reversals while having my card up. So we have Toxic Witches, which is E15, which is the devil in traditional order of US. So right away, I have a clear vision of the card or image of the card. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I ever recognized that. See, I have a card forever. I've been reading this for years, and I'll still see it. Oh no, look at it. So my card's upright. But maybe I had gotten the impression of a meaning that maybe be considered reverse for the traditional of the card. Hi, welcome. That's okay. That's how I read. Let me give you another. Okay, a perfect example is the sun. In the major arcana P19, the sun is a very positive card. Right now, there is still a reversed meaning. Taking something for granted would be a reversed meaning to the positivity of the sun. So, in reading reversals with the card upright, I say I pull the sun, but I'm like, ooh, and this actually did happen when I was first starting, and this is how I recognized the reversal aspect. It took me years to get here, but I was thinking about it the whole time. I was in a years ago when I first started reading tarot. I was in a meetup room, and the sample spread involved the sun, the 3-card spread. And I saw the sun, and I thought, oh, she's going to have one of the worst days of her life. And I'm like, where did that come from? Where did that thought, brand new to tarot, where did that thought come from, Elizabeth? The sun means, yeah, go for it, happiness, loving. And I'm going, worst day of her life, worst day of her life. Intuitive reason comes through tarot or any style of card reading. Intuition moves with us every day, so it comes through her reading cards. Intuitively, I knew it was going to be a bad day for her. And at the same time, reading an upright card in reverse form gave me the sun as negative aspects to her day, or to her days, or weeks, however long it was from that. So, do you see? So intuition plays a part, but reversals don't need to be in the physical form of a reversal. They don't have to be upside down. They can be upright. You can also simply say, I'm not going to read other than what the traditional meaning is. Or if you're intuitive, you're not looking at traditional meaning. If you're purely intuitive, meaning a card reader who essentially doesn't know the traditional meaning of the cards, which is fine, there's no wrong in tarot, they use their intuition wholly, which is great. Wonderful to do it however you want. There is no wrong in tarot. And the more ways that you bring into this world for people to read tarot, the more relevant you keep the modality. And here the modality is tarot. The modality might be Clipper. The modality might be Oracle. The modality might be Lenormand. The modality might be channeling. The modality might be mediumship, which falls under channeling, but is specific in nature. Modalities are what you practice. So allowing modalities to flourish in our culture will also help them secure a spot in the longevity of their nature. They get to exist. That's really important, and as readers, we get to help them. because there are definitely, in my opinion, modalities out there that need to be revised. They are not healthy, and they need to be refined. Some aspects of some modalities need to be refined. So when you bring your cards, because I talk about cards, with you to read for yourself, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your client, the fair, wherever you're at, the animal out back. Go read to your pets, go read to the squirrel, they're great. They love it, they listen. Go read to the grass, read to a tree, read to the deck of cards you're pulling from, right? You're a reader, read. Don't stop. Don't limit yourself. And don't ever, please, I ask if you say I can't, because that just translates to I won't. Because there's no wrong answer, and you can do it. So when you think reversals, I'd like you to think I can do it however I want because there is no wrong. The only caveat to that, I think, is to say to be kind to yourself and to be kind to the people you're reading to or for. You want them to be in a better place or as good as when you found them in a reading. Okay, guys, that was our little mini sesh on reversals. I'm going to continue to drop these in this. This playlist is a free library that I'm building right now. There should be 3 videos, and 2 of them are education, as in I'm talking about stuff. The other ones are so yes, check out my playlist. I also am an active practitioner of mediumship, and I have a playlist for that. If you'd like to come to any of my live events, they're all hosted through Meetup. Oops. And the links are in the description, and they're all free. They're also all at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm early riser. It's 8 o'clock now, and I'm working on my video. So you'll see these pop up throughout the day. Please subscribe. I'm going to take a moment to share with you my manifestation journey. I'm currently manifesting an invitation to speak at the Willow Institute in upstate New York, Rhinebeck. And a large part of that invitation is going to come from my social media stats. If I have numbers, you'll notice me. And I'm fine with that. I understand that the numbers do not directly reflect me as a person or the talent I have as a leader. It's just what I'm doing. But once those numbers do come up, I will be noticed. And I'm hoping that the Mega Institute, because I'll eventually just reach out to them, will invite you to speak. So by subscribing, you're helping me have a little fun. And I hope by offering everything for free, both in YouTube content and all of the lives that I do over on Meetup, they're all lives, that you get something out of this as well. Will continue to be for you guys. Please support me by subscribing. I really appreciate it. I really do. Plus, maybe not by subscribing again. So if you're like, I don't subscribe to people, great, keep coming back. Because when people watch my videos, it lets me know that people want to see what I'm saying, and I'll keep putting them out, and they'll keep being for free. So we all get to learn together. All right, guys, that was our reversal chat. Remember, there's no wrong in tarot. You're good to go. Start reading, and I've been doing this for about, I started in 2019, 7 years? Yeah. So give yourself time, right? Give yourself time. You're good. You're golden. You're the perfect reader right now as you are, even if you've never opened up a deck. You can only become, I don't say better than perfect, but you can only become more. You are constantly in a state of becoming through everything you do. And when you incorporate tarot into that becoming just flourishes and sparkles everywhere in your life. I hope it did for me. All right, guys, I'm going to say bye. Love you. You're fabulous. And I'm so happy that I shared with you about reversals today. And I'm very excited to see what I'll share with you next. I don't know yet. All right. Bye. Have a wonderful day. There is no wrong in tarot, and you are wonderful. Bye.